Ecclesiastes chapter 1, The Vanity of Human Endeavor. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 opens with a profound reflection on the nature of human existence, time, and the search for meaning. The author, identified as the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem, is traditionally understood to be Solomon, the wisest of Israel's kings. From the very beginning, the tone is one of deep weariness and contemplation. The famous declaration, "Vanity of vanities, all is vanity," establishes the theme that will run throughout the entire book. The word vanity comes from the Hebrew hevel, meaning vapor or breath, something fleeting, insubstantial, and transient. By repeating the phrase in its superlative form, the preacher emphasizes the totality of life's futility when viewed from a purely human perspective. All human effort, all striving and achievement, ultimately amount to nothing lasting under the sun. The preacher begins by questioning what profit a person truly gains from all the labor and toil of life. Human beings work hard, they build, they plan, and they achieve, but in the end, nothing permanent remains. One generation comes, another passes away, and yet the earth endures unchanged. The preacher observes the cycles of nature, the sun rising and setting, the wind circling endlessly, the rivers flowing into the sea that is never full. These descriptions create a vivid image of a world caught in perpetual motion yet never arriving at a final purpose. Nature's rhythms seem eternal and unchanging, while human life appears small, fleeting, and repetitive within that vast, ongoing cycle. From this observation arises a sense of weariness. All things are full of labor, the preacher says, yet human effort seems unable to bring satisfaction or rest. The eye is never satisfied with seeing, nor the ear with hearing. People constantly seek more knowledge, more pleasure, more experience, but nothing ever seems enough. Even what appears to be new or groundbreaking is, in truth, something that has already been before. There is nothing new under the sun. Human history, like nature, repeats itself endlessly. Furthermore, time erases memory. The deeds and accomplishments of those who came before are soon forgotten, and those living now will one day be forgotten in turn. The preacher's observations expose a painful truth about mortality and the impermanence of human legacy. Turning from observation to personal experience, the preacher describes his own quest for understanding. As king over Israel, he possessed wisdom, wealth, and power beyond measure, yet he found no lasting fulfillment in any of it. He devoted himself to seek and search out by wisdom all that is done under heaven, but even this noble pursuit left him burdened. He concludes that human wisdom itself is part of the vanity of existence, a grasping for the wind. To chase after understanding is like trying to hold something that cannot be held. No matter how much one learns or perceives, the deeper truths of life remain elusive. The preacher recognizes that what is crooked cannot be made straight, and what is lacking cannot be numbered. In other words, human wisdom cannot fix what is fundamentally broken in the world, nor can it fill the void left by what is missing. The final verse brings this theme to its sharpest point, for in much wisdom is much grief, and he who increases knowledge increases sorrow. Wisdom, far from bringing peace, often heightens awareness of the world's imperfection and the inevitability of death. To see more clearly is to suffer more deeply, for knowledge reveals the limitations and frustrations of human existence. The more one understands the order of life under the sun, the more one realizes its futility apart from divine meaning. Ecclesiastes chapter 1, therefore, serves as both a lament and a philosophical meditation. It strips away illusions of permanence and progress to confront the reader with the stark reality of life's transience. Human endeavors, wisdom, and pleasure all fade like vapor. Yet beneath its tone of despair lies an implicit challenge. If all is vanity under the sun, perhaps meaning must be sought beyond it. The preacher's reflections open the door to a deeper search for purpose, not in the cycles of the natural world or the achievements of humankind, but in the eternal perspective of God. The chapter's haunting honesty prepares the way for the book's ultimate conclusion, that while life itself may seem fleeting and incomprehensible, reverence for God and obedience to His will are what give it true and lasting significance.
The words of the preacher, the son of David, king of Jerusalem. Vanity of vanities, says the preacher, Vanity of vanities, all is vanity. What profit has a man from all his labor in which he toils under the sun? One generation passes away, and another generation comes, but the earth abides forever. The sun also rises, and the sun goes down, and hastens to the place where it arose. The wind goes toward the south, and turns around to the north. The wind whirls about continually, and comes again on its circuit. All the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. To the place from which the rivers come, there they return again. All things are full of labor. Man cannot express it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. That which has been is what will be. That which is done is what will be done, and there is nothing new under the sun. Is there anything of which it may be said, "See, this is new"? It has already been in ancient times before us. There is no remembrance of former things, nor will there be any remembrance of things that are to come by those who will come after. I, the preacher, was king over Israel and Jerusalem, and I set my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all that is done under heaven. This burdensome task God has given to the sons of man, by which they may be exercised. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and indeed all is vanity and grasping for the wind. What is crooked cannot be made straight, and what is lacking cannot be numbered. I communed with my heart, saying, Look, I have attained greatness and have gained more wisdom than all who were before me in Jerusalem. My heart has understood great wisdom and knowledge, and I set my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceive that this also is grasping for the wind. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he who increases knowledge increases sorrow.